Hello, and welcome back to Community Builds. This is week 2, I think, of Community Builds 2, and I had 6 creations sent in to me. I just want to make sure it's recording properly. Yep, okay. So, as I was saying, I had 6 creations sent to me. Unfortunately, as you see, there's only 5. Because, again, I even went into Blueprint Tool to try and figure it out, but I can't get this to work still. There's more parts that are showing, as you can see. It just still doesn't want to work. So maybe, I don't know. I went through the Blueprint Tool, tried to look at required mods. I couldn't figure it out. So, I even went and downloaded another truck, and it still didn't work. So yeah. I'm sorry about that, but I'm really excited for when we get it going. So, last episode I checked out this side-by-side. I believe it's by Poglin. Yeah, it's a vanilla side-by-side by Poglin. I checked this out last time, and mentioned I had one. And he said I should have shown it off. So, here's mine. I'm just going to start with it really quick. So basically, theirs, I should say, has the proper independent suspension that it should have that all works perfectly. If you want to see it in better detail, check out the other video. But here's mine that I based off of theirs. I started with the seats, and then I built the body around it. It turns out mine's a little too wide. It's a little bit wider, but that's okay. And it's shorter. But I just used my typical spring and then reverse suspension to get the flex. This uses the old way I used to do it, which still works really, really well, especially for vanilla. But if you're using mods, I recommend this way. So this is how, I think I have a tutorial on how to do this, but either way, a typical A-arm front, and then I wanted the proper rear suspension. And it doesn't have A-arms on the back, it doesn't have a, what's it called? I can't remember what it's called, but it's where the suspension's on the arm at the bottom. I've done videos on it before. But either way, the spring is where the hub is, and then there's 2 arms at the back, and then 1 at the front, as you can see here. But I wanted it to be a little bit more accurate. So what I did was used my cheat suspension, and yeah, I did a normal A-arm setup, and then just used my cheat suspension to make it look proper. And since it starts out with this pipe level, as the suspension cycles, it just has to extend. Therefore, it's a slider. So yeah, and then I just put a simple little 4-cylinder in there, tucked a turbo in just because I can. Follow all the pipes. There's the intercooler, radiator, blow-off valve. I just used the carburetor for the blow-off valve. One thing I find kind of cool that I did was I took the engine, I came out over to the gearbox, and then I came down to a differential. I then glitch welded the rear diff into it, and then went to the front, where I would put the front diff, as if it was all-wheel drive. Because really, if you take a front-wheel drive car, to make an easy all-wheel drive buggy, custom buggy, take the engine out of a front-wheel drive car and put it as close to the middle as you can, so that what would be the front diff is now the middle diff. And then you want to strengthen it because it's got more torque and stuff going through it. And then you just connect the front back like you normally would. And there you go, all-wheel drive. Simple all-wheel drive. Now, on to why we're all here. I can show my creations whenever I want, but we're here to see everyone else's stuff. So, the first one we're starting with is just called Ooops Truck, and I believe it's built by Poglin. And I downloaded this a while ago. I was checking stuff out surprisingly, and then he sent it in. So yeah, it's Truck built by Poglin. It'll be the first or second link in the description. And here it is. It has a really cool looking front suspension. I like the way you did that. It looks cool how you, I'm just trying to get my thoughts into words. I like how you brought the upper arm down to be a 1-block gap instead of 2, because as it cycles and the body rolls and whatnot, you'll have the camber change like it should. That actually looks really good. And then you used the same adjustable suspension as usual, but you added some bearings, so it'll move properly. Just really helpful. So this shouldn't have really any spring glitch at all in the front. Working our way to the cab. Not bad. Good detail for vanilla. I like how you've got the bit of cage going there. I like this. It reminds me of how I used to build. Actually, I've got a buggy that the front looks exactly like this. We'll move to the back. Got some cage. Looks like radiator back here. AC unit used as a radiator. That's awesome. It looks like it's a 3-link. Yes, it's a 3-link with the springs here. I can't remember what that's called at the moment. Trailing arms, maybe. I think it's trailing arm, but either way. And then there's the middle link, so 3-link with trailing arm. And then you've got a sway bar. There's a sway bar on it. I love seeing sway bars on Scrap Mechanic. It adds so much more drivability. Let's take it for a drive. I'm gonna stop for a second there, but here we go. Back to driving. Good acceleration. Oh, there was something I noticed on the back that I wanted to come back to. You towed in the rear wheels. I'm going to ignore the fact that it's a straight axle and you put tow on it, because normally that doesn't work. But you went to the extent of actually towing in the rear wheels. Ah, no, I just got hair in my Cheerio. Okay. Wow. And then the front has extra steering. Yep. It's a double turning radius. That's one thing that sucks about my arms that I use now, is I can't have the extra radius. But I'm excited. This is awesome. It stays so smooth. And it handles amazing. And this is only rear wheel drive. I noticed that too. For being rear wheel drive in Scrap Mechanic, this is really good. Decent suspension travel, really good handling, a good speed. Oh, push. I really like this. No, don't roll. You used heavy blocks on the bottom to keep the weight low. This is just built amazing. I love it. Huh. I could have so much fun with this. I need to make something to go along with it. No, go straight. Whoops. That's my Scrap Mechanic dude breaks his neck, spinning in circles. Go. I love this thing. This is cool. I'm looking forward to that though too. And it does donuts. Scrap mechanic vehicles rarely do proper donuts, and this does proper, perfect donuts. It's great. But it is time to move on to the next. I've built a truck like this before. Actually. Where's mine? Like this. That's basically my equivalent of this truck, I guess. Right here. It has panhard and 3-link with my leafs in the back. I don't think I have an updated version. But anyways, this one has my old school axle design before the diffs and whatnot came out. I used to love using these blocks for my axles and for my hubs and whatnot. And then they added on to it. Oh, I like how you put the springs there instead of on there like I would. That works way better. Okay. You just gave me a good idea. I might start doing that, to be honest. Nice chassis. A nice simplistic chassis. Then the suspension works the way I'd expect. I'm guessing that's just for clearance or maybe... Ah, okay. Lag issues. Okay, so it takes up the same space as mine would, it's just those go straight up first. That's kind of cool. And then the back, I believe, is a 3-link. Yeah. So the front's a 2-link. Looks like, yeah. Because these bars, if you put a bearing here somewhere on both of them, it would allow the axle to rotate front back. And then you could put an upper link, but this works perfect for a 2, or a radius arm. I think it's called radius arm. And then a 3-link in the back, which is done exactly how I do it. Other than one thing I noticed. Your middle link, the 3rd link, is horizontal, whereas these go up. Which isn't a problem at all. I'm just kind of surprised. My little Jeep is actually pretty much the same thing. Now, there's some good things about that, some bad things. As your axle goes up and down, it's going to twist kind of weird, but that's fine. That's really the only downfall. Other than that, it will still move fine, it'll still flex amazingly. Like for a truck like this, that's more than enough flex. Like this has radius arms and it's flexing. I've never got radius arms to flex properly. So, let's go for a drive. It is for crawling, so I'm expecting it to be slow. Yeah. Oh, it's only rear-wheel drive. Okay. How come it's only rear-wheel drive? You need to upgrade your engine. That's why. I recommend using engine 5 or 1. Well, I missed the old one. Engine 5 usually works best now, though. You don't need to upgrade or anything. But it's a little laggy to drive right now, so I'm not going to drive it too much. Does the steering at least work? It does. Ooh, no. Okay, so the issue with your steering is the hub and tie rod bearings are next to each other. Your steering bearing Oh, no, really? That's not the issue. That would be the issue if it was... Okay, the issue is just the wheels are hitting the arms. So, for this, what I'd recommend is I would switch your arm and your spring, where those are. So if you put the spring out more and the arm in more, it shouldn't bind as much. Another thing you could do is you could do that and use an angled arm that goes over, or you can angle it this way. But it's just your wheels hitting. I really like it though. This finished into like a logging truck or something would be really, really cool. And lots of fun to drive. Looks like you might have... Oh, no. I don't think you've got any extra bearings or anything. It's just laggy because of what it is. I like that. I'd like to see some progress on that. That is really cool. But next, that is a truck thing. I should say who that's by. I completely forgot to say who made that. I'm sorry. It is Truck Thingy by 29 Misco 10. I should have started with that. I'm sorry. But we are now moving on to a buggy. I believe it's another vanilla buggy. Just have to find it again. There it is. Vanilla all-wheel drive buggy by Egger. E-G-G-E-R. Egger. The bottom is made out of license plates. Okay, so it looks vanilla, but with survival parts. I used mugs for the exhaust. That is a great idea. That actually looks really good. It's the perfect size for an exhaust tip or like a muffler tip. Okay, do really nice trailing arm rear suspension. A nice model engine. That looks really good. Wow. I'm really liking this. And one thing I've noticed that I haven't brought up yet is the front end is on an angle. Now, there's a few things that can help with. It can make changing the caster a lot easier. But when you're going over bumps, say you're going forwards, and you're going to hit this bump, it's blocked. The wheel isn't only just going to be pushed up. The wheel gets pushed back also. And if you have a suspension like this, when it gets pushed back, all that force is going through this, the arms up into the chassis and whatnot, which is a nice thing about arms like this, A-arms, independent. But another thing that is nice about having it tilted back is it also takes some of the shock of it being pushed back. I think it's Newton's third law. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So, if you're going forwards, you hit a block. It needs to go up and back, just up. So that should handle really, really well. So let's try it out. I'm really excited. That sounded cool. That sounds different. I love that sounds. That sounds so cool. Let's go. Soft, but does wheelies. And yeah, like I said, it handles really good. Looks like a tiny bit of understeer. Fun! As I was saying, it could use a little bit of camber, but because of the caster, it handles bumps and steering a lot better than it normally would. And the back end handles really nice too. It doesn't seem to slide out too much. As soon as I let off, it goes right back in line. And yeah, if it wasn't so laggy right now, it'd be a lot easier to drive, but this is awesome. Okie dokie. I really like this. It looks good, it handles good. What do the buttons do? Oh, it lifts up and down too. That's why I used to use the suspension. All my vehicles used to do this. Every single one. Fun and nice. That's awesome. Okay. I am back. On to the next creation. Sorry, that got kinda short and messed up. I got distracted, but anyways. This next one is an SUV by Is5Fo. Long time viewer that has always sent in very good looking creations. And this one has doors. That is exciting. I'm so glad this one has doors. So, from the outside, it looks really good so far. It looks like it has a proper axle on the back. Axle on, oh no, independent on the front. Might even have a fan, everything. Lights. Does the hood open? It doesn't look like the hood opens though, nor does the trunk. But the front doors do, which is okay. Nice accent lighting on the sunroof. That looks good. This interior looks really good. Oh my god. Wow. With your permission, I would love to make some more parts on this move. Any of them? Oh, I haven't seen anyone do that yet. A proper speedometer. If I'm right, this will be like turn signals, but a proper yeah, a proper speedometer. Oh my god. Okay, let's look under it really quick. So underneath we have in front a nice simple independent suspension. Oh, you have struts. That's nice. You could use a little less bearings, but hopefully this works. I've been trying to get struts to work, so hopefully this works. I'm excited to try it. Got switches and stuff everywhere. That looks like it's a little wastegate or blow off or something. Turn out maybe. So you put an entire engine and we can't see it. Okay, you know what? At the end of showing this one, so people start making openable hoods and stuff, I'm taking the front of this off to look at the engine. Nice exhaust. An X pipe even. That looks cool. I love the detail. There's so much detail on this. Air ride in the back. This looks good. Actually, this looks like it has trailing arm in the back. Not a straight axle. No, it has independent in the rear. Independent front and rear. That's cool. I like how you did the shifter boot as a CV boot. Let's drive it. I want to check this out. Love seeing all the detail and scrap. Okay, so that's the headlights. Nope, I'm starting. No, oh, old Cougar style. And yeah, that's for the signals. That's cool. I used to do that. And then the right. Does it turn off automatically? No, it doesn't turn off automatically. That's my only issue with the signals. Other than that, they work great. That's awesome. This looks so cool. Well, it's a little fast. Come on, turn please. Lag isn't helping, 11 FPS. I don't usually have everything laid out from the start. I wanted to try something different this time. And it has a proper speedometer. Oh my god. How'd you do that? That is so cool. I love this thing. This is so cool. I love the details people are getting in Scrap. It kind of sucks with it having to be modded to get so much detail, but I hope one day, when Scrap is complete, when they're done making it, we'll have proper like analog gauges and everything for vehicles, and then making them in survival would be so much fun. This is really cool. I really like this. The fan even starts spinning when you get in. That's great. Oh, I forgot I was gonna cut off the roof. I'm stuck inside. Oh no. There we go. Or not the roof, the front end. I'm not gonna do that. I feel bad. Never mind. But please, you put an engine, I want to see it. Like, you put all that work in there and I can't see it. It makes me sad. But, nonetheless, our final creation is the Supra drift chassis by Muhammad. I can't read that. Muhammad something 29. I just can't see it. It's too blurry. But I've been really excited for this. Long-term followers will know I am nuts about Supras. I like my Jeeps. I love my Focuses. But Supra, ultimate dream car. And this is done. Great. Like, I can tell where the rough shape of the Supra is and how it would fit and everything. And it's even got a 2J in it. I want to compare it to my 2J. Where's my 2J? My 2J. That's a little 2J. I didn't make this. Someone made that for me. I can't remember who had pulled it. Edvin or Alex or someone maybe. I used to have a 2J. Nope, I don't know. I used to have one, but either way. Actually, where's my Supra? I'll put my Supra beside it. Which one's the latest one? 3, 4. Might be that one. That one's got more work than any of them, I think. Oh yeah, I think it's this one. Okay, so here's my Supra that I've been working on, trying to get going. I've restarted a bunch of times. That looks really good. That chassis would actually, if I did my body a bit better, this chassis would fit in it perfectly. But what I wanted to look at was the JZs. Here's my 2J. I believe this is a 2J. It could be the wrong sides. If it's the wrong sides and it's an RB, let me know. But it should be a 2J. Like this. Wow, yours looks better. Way better. This is awesome. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the suspension. Looks like it has a nice simple A-arm, kind of like how I would do it. Yeah. I like how you made sure to keep a limit on bearings. Use the plates there instead of using a bearing on the bottom too. And it looks like it's all-wheel drive. Like that. Or is that for the steering? Oh, is that the steering linkage? Okay, if that's for the steering, that's really cool. I haven't thought of doing that. That's a really cool setup. Really nice interior. Really nice looking interior. Perfect for a cart. Looks like a little handbrake or something there. Wow. This is really good. gas filler, everything. Same suspension on the back, just set up for back. Really? Hold on a second. You've got that in set. Is that wheel only one wide or something? I gotta test that. Okay. Let's test that and go to driving. Because I really like how the arms are in set. But normally you can't do that. So I'm thinking the wheel is only one wide. Yeah, the wheel's only one wide. I wish you could have hollow things in Scrap Mechanic, but you can't. It's one big issue. But anyways, let's try driving. It's fast and it sounds unique. Or maybe not. It could be the normal sound. It sounds kind of cool. It handles really good. Nice and low, little travel. This handles really, really good. It's a little slidey, but it's scrap. What do you expect? You're on dirt. I can even still hear it. Usually you can't even hear them. This is awesome. I really like this. Great looking chassis too. It's one thing to make a body in Scrap Mechanic look good, but if you can get the chassis under it to look good as well, that's just amazing, in my opinion. Like, I'll give a good example. No, lag, don't lag, crap. Back up. Okay. Yeah, this looks amazing. Does it have working lights and whatnot? It does. It has turn signals. They turn off? They're not automatic though. As I keep telling people, little horn. As I keep telling people, Brent Batch and I both have, I'd recommend his, because he remade mine, but we made a signal module that makes signals work just like in a real car. So you might want to go check that out. But yeah, this is really cool. I really like it. All the details it would need. We even adjusted the chassis for the exhaust to go through it. That is really cool. Alright, well, as usual, all the creations will be in the link below. In the description. Links for them, not just one link. But yeah, I'm glad I got a bunch this week. I'm glad community builds is as popular as it used to be. But without further ado, this has been going on for a while, so I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or something. As usual, the coming Monday, there will be a reminder for, or just after this, I'll have a reminder for next week's, and then on that video, it'll be Community Builds 2, Reminder 3 or something, but on that video, upload or post your links, I'll explain what to do, and yeah. Either way, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.